that are in search of having a peace of mind. Money and material things don't quite cut it. Many times for most people. I have been able to see how some people, they're so desperately in search of a job. And when they get it, what do you think it happens? They're in the job, first day, second day, third day. After a week, can they still get away with saying, I'm just new here? After that 1 week, you should know the basics. And the basic of having a job, I believe it is, you gotta do your job. You gotta learn. You gotta learn how to do your job. And not lay on somebody else's arm and get them to do the work for you. We have been told, we are being warned, many things are to come. For the next 10, 20 years, you will see things. It's gonna be two different worlds. It's gonna be one class of people. They're just not gonna care about anything. Because they have no faith, no trust in who they can be. They live with the bare minimum. And that's why I am told all the time, it is not your responsibility to share with them, or much less teach them. And I put it this way, I have made this choice to put it out there. It is up to you if you want to grasp it. If you're the kind of person that you cannot even pick up a book once a month, one book, and read it. It takes 10 minutes every day for you to read that one tiny part of that book. And it might be the only book you have. Then read it 10 times. Because believe me, you will learn something from that book, whichever book you may choose, to give you a peace of mind, to let you know that there is something more to you. You might have had to work for somebody else up until now to be given the bare minimum, as that is what you choose to do. Believe me, I know that it cannot be that easy to train yourself to be obedient and follow the steps that somebody's telling you. The job gets done this way, and this way, and this way. You have got to get to a point in your life where you gotta say, I've learned enough. Maybe I can try and do something on my own. Have you ever heard the phrase that says, a reader is a leader? Am I saying it correct? My accent cannot be that bad for the common person out there to say, what is she saying? What does she mean? Read the newspaper, read something every day, 10 minutes. Separate in a way from what you read in the social Facebook, the society of Facebook, the society of TikTok. I have nothing against all kinds of art all the time, from literature. It is infinite the amount of opportunities for people to do different things. But what I am talking about is about you being able to sustain yourself. It is the bare minimum for you to job. Some people have 3 jobs. Each job takes an average of 6 hours. In between those jobs, you get little breaks here and there. You take that break of 15 minutes and say 5 for me, 5 for somebody else, and 5 for reading. You can get books on your phone, on your computer. A book that can teach you to do something different, just for the heck of it. You know, like some people say, there's no excuse for you to go around trying to get people to feel pity for you, because they will help you for a couple of days. But you know what they say after fish and visitors, after 3 days, what happens? Just like I gotta say, this video has been made for your entertainment purposes only. It is up to you to just keep on scrolling, because if you do not want to hear the truth, keep on scrolling, honey. There's nothing here in this channel for you, because this channel belongs to amazing people, a very special community that is waking up. We want to learn. What do we want to learn? Learn how to wake up and focus on you, that you are an amazing person, but you may not want to hear that. That's sort of boring. What does she mean? So people would say, how are you supposed to swallow that? I know I am this, I am that. I am, I feel, I think, I do. I create. What does that mean? It's all about you. What do you allow yourself to do? Or you just go around like a walking zombie? Are you happy where you're at? Are your job? Are you happy with your family? Because if you're not, then maybe you're gonna have to wake up and figure it out. And do not lay on somebody else's arm or leg to try and figure it out for you, because it's not gonna happen. Everybody has to focus on them and start setting up boundaries. And on the previous video, I invite you to watch it. The 2 previous videos, I've made them today, one in Spanish and one in English. Focus on yourself. Focus on the most amazing person there is. Introduce yourself to that person that it is supposed to be the most amazing person for you. And when you get that, when you accept it, then you gotta love yourself and practice being just yourself and pleasing yourself and learning who you are. Then go out there and get the master's degree on becoming you as the best version of you every day. Don't expect nothing from anybody, because the world is getting to that point. You gotta clean up your vessel. You got to merge your spirit, your essence, and your vessel. That is the first assignment that I would say that you should take upon yourself. It may sound like school, yes, but think of it. Many people did not get to go to school. I have met some amazing, beautiful people out there. They could teach you some things because they have the strength of an elephant. They can carry their own weight 10 times more than many people that I have met. Because you see, sometimes when you think that you have a little bit, enough of this, enough of that, you begin to think that you don't need to learn anything more. And for I have seen the opposite. The more you learn, the more you realize what took me so long to get to this point. What took you so long to get to this video? How long is it going to take you for you to realize I am here as a reminder? You've been asking yourself the question, how can I? How will I? Should have, could have. One of my master teachers says, you can use excuses as long as you want. Permission slips. Let's see if the trees feel like being green today. Let's see if the trees feel like giving their delicious fruits today. Let's see if the flowers feel like blooming today, because the sun is not going to be out there that much. And I dare to make that comparison, because if you only knew how much life is in every tree, in the air, in the ocean, in every animal, all that is part of you as well. When you feel down, do the test. Go to a beach, go to a river, a creek, go hug a tree. It will be like a battery. It will energize you. It will clean you. It will permit you, that permission slip for you to connect to something that has life, that has so much life, instead of going around, well, today, this day is not so good. I would say, oops, excuse me, I gotta go. Pay attention to how people act based on your perception and your attitude. If you have that kind of communication with people that you think that you want to make friends with, you want to attract or you want to repulse, even if it is just for 5 minutes, saying hello to a stranger, talking to a stranger, what will it happen? Think about it. Look at the sky. Look at the sky. Finally, a clear sky. You will see other videos that I've made where you could not see the beautiful sky. Did I ever complain, oh, look what they're doing, this and that? Any that happens outside of me and inside of me can be better It takes you to have self-love to make out of anything a work of art. I remember one time I was carving out of a strip of wood. Let me think. It was about 10 inches long, maybe 12. It's been a long time. I was carving some leaves. It took me a whole day, and I had to make 4 of them. And I said, I know I can do it. Rather than buying it out of plastic and put it on a piece of furniture, I said, I know I can do it. I could take my knife today and do it all over again. The thrill of being able to do something with your own hands and put your mind and your energy into it. It is an exquisite experience. Make anything out of fabric, metal, and you yourself, you are at being imperfect, with the opportunity of learning how to be better. Because we are here in this life and we are meant to learn, to enjoy, to be happy. So how can you make yourself happy? And you may say, well, the way you're laying it out, it doesn't sound like you're being too nice about it. Oh, believe me, you would not want to see me the way that I was 10, 15, 20 years back. I am being very calm right now. And I know there's a couple people here listening to me right now. They love what I'm saying because they know that they have been through some rough, how much more they can do. Do this and this and this. It's just, all it takes is one step at a time. Every step you take, do it with love. And even if it is for somebody else, do it as if you're gonna do it for yourself. The mediocre mind has got to stay behind. There is no such thing as doing things halfway now. Because you are planting your own field. Everything you do, it goes to that bank that you have called memory. How do you think our ancestors did it? How did they manage to do everything that they did to have us here today? If you feel that at times you might get jealous of just listening to my voice, it sounds to me like a very personal problem. Because guess what? I would be happy to have you by my side and assist you in finding out why is it that you cannot even stand my voice. Or is there something that I do that you would like to be able to do? I'll show you the way, if you let me. But you better show me that you really want to be by my side. Otherwise, please be gone. Same thing with this video. You don't want to hear the truth? Keep on strolling, honey. And let somebody else teach you how you're going to be able to face the next 10, 20 years of your life, if you even make it that far. And your family, how are you going to assist your family? If your family depends on you, how much do they depend on you? Because I can say one thing to you. I love saying you. Because we have to get to that point in our lives where we set those boundaries and let people know, how may I assist you up to this point? Because from here on out, from this point on, it's up to you to assist yourself. I enjoy helping. But another thing very different is when you want to get on people's leg and ride them like you're four-legged beast, like that horse, and you can beat it up, and that horse has nothing else but to take it. And if you work for somebody that's being nice with you and it's being patient, don't take advantage of that. The other day there was a conversation I was listening to about this guy talking about to his employee, and he was complaining about not having a car. And the boss was getting ready to help him to get a car. But when he saw that he took his whole paycheck and went to pay and buy himself some games, he said, oh no, I cannot do that now. Because that means you don't have your priorities set. I can understand that games can be so good. I'm trying to think, when was the last time I played a game? I remember the first time I played on the computer, and back then, literally, I can say to you, that was 32 years ago almost. I had to key in all the zeros and one. Some may know that as trigonometry. It looks like trigonometry. It's all zeros and ones. And I would print out this page. And wow, I had drawn an apple with all those ones and zeros. That was the kind of game that you had. And I am so glad I was given the opportunity. And a few years back, I took a course. That was trigonometry. And for 6 months, I was like, wow, now I know how to speak this language that gives the instruction to this computer that transfers it to a machine, and you can do amazing things. It was a very good class. So you tell me, what can there be that you can make a change for you to prepare yourself for the next 10, 20 years? Prepare your family or the family that you plan on having, because everybody has the choice, the option, the freedom to be part of a team. Because you by yourself, you can only do so much. But you can put that one seed in solid ground and watch it grow. Stay on it, water it. And this is a figurative way of speaking. Anything you want to set forth, you gotta take care of it. Because you can produce the most amazing harvest ever if you begin today, tomorrow, whenever. There is a lot of truths that will be revealed. And I promise you, nobody's going to come to save you. You got some help around, you can ask for help. Some you can't see, some you can see. But you gotta still ask them for help. And show that you are willing to go all the way. There is so much to learn. There's so much to prepare in that ground. One of the brightest geniuses of his times was considered such a genius. When he died, they opened up his brain and they saw that he had only used 15% of those compartments to put information, and he made a lot of discoveries. You might know him. You might know of him. Einstein. Go ahead and read his biology. What he did, how he did it. Read it 10 times. Maybe you can find out exactly what he did. What made him so special. Because you see, your brain is like a piece of paper. Perfect piece of paper. What are you going to write on it? How much are you going to try and squeeze in there? Because if you take it, get it all wrinkled up, not write anything on it, that's what your brain becomes. That wrinkled piece of paper with spaces in between. The more you learn, the more you can put in all those spaces. That's your brain. The more you put in your brain, according to what it is, if it is analytical, mathematical, those compartments, they become smaller and smaller because you're putting in there more information. How do you think our ancestors did that? The first ones. There was no paper, there was no pens, no pencils, no knives. I will quickly respond to that. They managed to entertain themselves with everything that they had outside. They turned it into something. And that something has led to be what we have today. Each one of them collaborated to what we have today. If you have a pet, you teach them how you want them to behave. You take them out for a walk. In the beginning, they're going to be pulling you. But after a while, after a week or so, do you think you can teach that pet who's going to be the one doing the walk? Because I've seen some cases, wow. It's the dog walking the human, pulling it everywhere. You take a child for a walk, is the child going to be the one walking you? telling you what to do. In the grocery store, the children are telling the parents, I want this, I want that. And if they don't get it, they're ridiculed. The ridicule that the parents go through.
Give me the information.
What information? Oh, the card. Here.
What's this for?
Information for what?
The taxes. Daddy needs that.
Oh shit! I gotta go inside and add it up. Tell him that he can pay the electric bill with that for now.
What? You talk to him.
Tell him, give it to him.
This?
Yes.
For what?
Gotta pay the electric bill. I will leave it at that for now, because I believe I have shared enough with you, so you may think about investing a little bit of time in your life. In your life is waiting on you. To get to know each other. To learn who you are. To learn what you are capable of. I want to say hello to Amber Snyder. I met somebody, I used to have a great teacher. His last name was, everybody called him Snyder. He passed away. He left a lot of great lessons for people, for humanity to learn. También quiero saludar a Philip Castaneda. Joe, what up? I will be making the next video in Spanish. This is all for right now. It is always an honor for me to share with you guys and remind you how amazing and beautiful you are. I can understand that maybe you don't believe in yourself right now. You could be going through a crossroad in your life where it is hard to let go some things to be able to rescue you and start all over again. Sometimes it can be seen as such an impossible task to start all over again. But to live in a place or to live with somebody or to have a job that does not satisfy you, that does not fulfill you, to be under any circumstance in your life and feeling like you are mostly hanging in there by one thread. I try to use positive wording because it's just I limit the videos to a certain amount of time. A while back, I was looking for songs that every lyric could be positive. Up until today, I can say I have not found one song that has positive lyrics. One of many dreams that I have, it is to create something so amazing where some artists can get together. One can sing all positive lyrics. Another one can play instrument and have that music get all the way to deep down into your core and help you wake up. That's it. Just help you wake up. If it takes music, then be able to assist those people that only through music are going to be able to start all over again by being awake. I have many projects, and this sharing with all of you, creating this community, it is the first one. And I love it. I love to learn that people from many places all over the world are listening. They manage to hear my videos at least for 30 minutes or for half the time, that they were able to grasp something, that they were able to hear or catch something in the tone of my voice, attempting to say to them, wake up. You are amazing. Wake up. Don't listen to nothing. Just close your eyes and listen to your inner voice. What is it telling you? Let's do something different. Listen to your spirit. Your spirit is the beautiful light that keeps your body alive. Your essence, it's all there. Just gotta keep opening one door at a time and find out how valuable you are. And one day, you will have in front of you a multitude of people telling you, saying to you, because you did this, I did that. Because you said this, I said that. Just one tiny little grain of rice can be the first one of many to fill up a ton of rice, a ton of sugar, because that's all we are, one tiny little grain of sugar. I choose sugar. I choose to wake up every morning and attempt to be myself. Just focus on myself. I want to feel sweet. I want to be sweet. But I have to confess, at times I go like, I could have done that better. I could have done that better. It takes you, it takes me to remind myself, I gotta be compassionate with myself. I gotta not be so harsh on myself and critique myself so much. And I do not allow myself to critique nobody, judge nobody, because everybody has that responsibility. Everybody has the responsibility to love yourself, to learn, and just focus on you. That's it. I meant to say goodbye a little while ago, but there is so much that I want to share with you because every one of you, it's a reflection of me. What I was, some of you, part of you, what I will become, because we are all of us one beautiful, perfect creation, learning and accepting to be imperfect and growing as the best version of us every space. Some of you are new, and I will explain this. I choose not to use time too often because that's another permission slip. You see, a while back, when everything began a process of giving labels and names to everything, before that, what would you think if I was to share with you and say that we used to communicate only with our mind? But now, because we are at this stage of our life, we feel that the only way we can communicate with people is by saying all those names. There is a story about this child that was sent to the store, to a hardware store, to get a thing. He got there and said, I need this thing. And the person that was attending, helping them, they said, what is that thing? I don't know. I was just told that I had to come over here. I have the money here. I have to get this thing that goes in this thing that goes, that's got water. It's got these things that look round. So between one thing and another, it took a little bit longer and he was finally able to communicate. What was the thing that he needed to buy? So everything has become things, permission slips, labels, names. To most of us, we have the freedom to begin from nothing and giving value to each one of those things. Everything that is around, give it a value, give it your value. It doesn't matter the name or the title or the color. Just begin from nothing. Begin giving it the value of love. Open up your heart, because that is an amazing machine. It dominates you. That heart has the function to tell your mind, let's work on this, and they coordinate with the body to become that amazing creation that you are. You don't have to say nothing, just communicate in that silence voice. Just focus on it and say, this thing, that thing, I want to feel it, I want to see it, I want to know it. I want to know who I am. Because up until now, you've been another thing. A thing with senses of being able to see, hear, smell, taste. But that hasn't led you to be complete. And you and I know exactly what I am talking about. So let's just empty everything out. Don't use labels, don't use the name. Just take the time and hear your voice. Hear your soul from the beginning, like a child, like you have just now been born again, and choose what you want to do with yourself. And as I began this video earlier, exactly 45 minutes, 44 seconds ago, I said that once you accept yourself, once you can choose to love yourself and have all those values of being honest with yourself, have loyalty for yourself, communicate with yourself, have compassion, be empathetic, don't judge yourself, hug yourself, embrace yourself. Then you can go out there and get your masters at becoming a master of knowing who you are. And sometimes it's much better to just be on your own and invest that time in you. And I will close this video in a few more minutes by sharing this one thought, food for thought, some may call it. That person said, in order for people to be taught to learn things different, somebody has to teach them how to do it. But there is nobody around to teach them how to do it. And I felt the desperate search of that person adding that in that comment. And I said, we can find the way. We can find the way. We can team up. We can find the way to teach people how to do things the right way, the best way, in a much better way. And it begins from the very, very basics. Everybody has to go through those very basics. So this is it. I will try to make another video later, but right now it will be for my Spanish speaking community. There are some people out there, they're so smart, they're so amazing, they speak so many languages. And I have a couple that like to hear me in English and in Spanish because it's as hard as I may try to say the same things, the tone of my voice, there's always a variable in the meaning, in the vibration, or the frequency in which I share the best of me with you. So I love you all. Leave me a comment, an email, or something in there that I can, if you wish for me to get back with you. Like and subscribe with somebody else because as I feel that from my abundance in my heart, my mouth speaks. So the same way you, from your abundant, generous heart that you have, you will speak and share with others. And let's continue building this beautiful community where we are waking up more and more every day. Bye.